So part of every road trip is breakdowns and maintenance. So today I've taken a break. I found myself a nice shady public park to work on the car. Issues with the car today are the fuel gauge is taking a dump and it's decided to tell me she's full all the time. So the distance that we're traveling on the autostradas, we need to make sure we have enough fuel in the car to get us to the next point. So it's important that the fuel gauge is sorted. Other thing is the issue I had with the steering rack back in Mont Blanc. I'm going to check out, making sure that's all good. So yeah, it's just part of the trip. And make sure you've got a toolbox with you. Make sure you've got all the wee bits and pieces that you think are going to go, and then some. It should keep you right on the road. So this is the later updated version of the fuel sending unit for our car. Sounds okay. So while I'm in here, I'm going to check my fuel lines, make sure my fuel hoses are good, make sure my rubber boot's good, all my connections are nice. Just a look around. While you're working on one component, just glance your eyes around everything else, making sure everything's not out of place, not out of the way, no issues. So I'm going to go ahead and take this to pieces, get a better look at it. I didn't bring my electric meter with me, which I should have, but I thought I wouldn't have needed it. So I'm going to go ahead and take it down, give this a bit of clean and see if this is the issue. So this is the insides of the updated DeLorean sending unit, and you can see water has regressed through the seal. The seal has failed. In the light here, the seal has failed, and look. Now the question is, can I revive that? It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's trashed. So I don't know. The silicone seal just isn't up to the job, and it allowed water to get in here and destroy the sending unit. Bummer. So I'm going to try and do what I can with this. Wish me luck. So after a lot of fettling and fittering, as you can see, the fuel gauge is still not working. So I'm just going to have to put it back together again and order up a fuel gauge when I get home, and we'll just have to monitor the mileage with regards to fuel. So it's not ideal, but it'll have to do. So sometimes when you're working on your car, people spot you and they want you to give them a hand with their car. So I've been lynched mobbed by this old guy. He, I guess, has got a flat wheel and wants me to take his wheel off and change it for him because there's no jack. So these things you got to do. That's all part of the trip, I guess. So that's it. Sometimes you have to work on other people's cars. Sometimes you get to work on your own. Sometimes you get to work on nobody's car and you enjoy your trip. It's all part of the fun. So yeah. So now back to the steering rack. We're going to take a look at that, the work we did in Mont Blanc, make sure it's good to go, still okay. And we should be finished with our checkup. So that's the old guy's spare wheel replaced. It's taken us away from our job for a moment, but listen, it's worth it. I'm a big believer in what goes around comes around. You do people favors, it always comes back to you in spades. So hopefully, fingers up, the work we did in Mont Blanc on the steering rack is going to be good to go. We'll check the ball joints, we'll check the bottom ball joint, top ball joint, track rod ends, tires, make sure they're wearing okay, brakes, brake pipes. Just get a good visual, good feed, good touch, and hopefully everything's good. So wish me luck. So fingers crossed, we'll check for free play. And it's nice and tight. I'll spin the wheel out, check bottom and top ball joints, check track rod ends, have a wee feel of the brake pipes, make sure there's no leaks or issues there, and I think we're good to go with that pit stop of ours. Thanks for watching.